Hello, this is George Pruitt. This is video 2 in the Forbidden Pattern Toolbox video series. So I wanted to continue on. Here's the equity curve that we had created in video 1. I wanted to go about and I wanted to show you how I was able to derive this strategy and how I was able to take the output that was created by an indicator and analyze it and input it into a strategy and create this equity curve. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go over to that indicator. So I'm going to pop over to the manual. The indicator that I utilized falls under the category of the N-bar pattern indicator. In this toolbox, there's a lot of different indicators and strategies. This is just one indicator. And this is the one I used, but I used it on a 4-bar basis instead of an 8-bar basis as demonstrated in this manual. But that's okay. If you understand the 8-bar pattern indicator, the 4-bar pattern is as simple. The same premise exists and applies to the 4-bar pattern. Okay, in that indicator, the formula that I was utilizing was the difference in today's close and the prior day's close. So that is the formula that we used, and that is an input. You can use a different formula. You could say high of today minus the prior day's high, or low. So this is up to you. It's only limited to your creativity. In this case, we used the difference in the closes. Okay, so here is how we represent the different patterns in a binary format. Okay? Don't worry about if you don't know what binary is. It's just simply a set of consecutive bars that either have a 1 or a 0. This formula, if you evaluate it, is either going to come up as a positive number or an equal number or a negative number. Okay? So in this binary format, the furthest bar to the right represents yesterday. The next bar to the left is the prior bar to yesterday. The next bar to the left is the bar before that, and so on and so on and so on. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this string of ones and zeros and see what it evaluates to. Basically, this is saying that yesterday's bar was an up bar, meaning that the close is greater than the prior day's close. The next digit in this series, going back in time, and that's how we work. This is yesterday, this is the day before yesterday, and the day before that. It was a down close, up close, down close. If you look at this graphic representation, it's the same thing. So if you don't understand the binary, and I think you will, you're maybe not accustomed to the long ones and zeros string. It basically equates to this here. We had an up close, down close, up close, down close, up close, down close, down close, up close. To the right of this string of either pluses or negatives or zeros and ones, the pattern toolbox uses a binary format. We have 3 prediction bars. We have bar 1 for the next day, bar 2 for the combination of the next day and the day after, and then we have bar 3. What happens to the close in relationship to this bar 3 bars into the future, or 1 bar, or 2 bars, or 3 bars. So you can see how after the occurrence of this pattern, what happens to the market. Does this pattern have any prophetic power? So these for prediction bars will let you know that. Okay, so let's look at how the inputs are utilized. The inputs in this indicator are as follows. The formula that we want to analyze, and we're using in this example close 0 minus close sub 1. We want the length of the pattern or the number of consecutive bars that we're analyzing. In the case of the indicator that I used to derive the equity curve, I used 4. I have a day of week filter. If I put a -1 in there, it represents all days. I could look at just Sunday through Saturday. And of course, the markets don't trade on Sunday or Saturday, but they do trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I want to see what happens only on those days. If I want to see the percentage return on the prediction bars as a percentage basis, I say true. If not, it defaults to a tick basis. And then the path is the path to the files. This is very important that you have that path set up on your hard drive before you apply the indicator, or you'll get an error message. And I have, if I want to see the performance metrics on a yearly basis, like 1999 or 2000, I can set that to true. If I don't, I just say false. If I want to write every bar as they occur going through time, I could say true. And of course, I want to write all the statistics out, the summary statistics out, so I can make my informed decision on how I can use that information to derive a strategy. So let's take a real quick look at the indicator on the chart and what it looks like. I'm going to status that on. I'm going to say format. Okay, here's my formula. Close minus close of 1. You saw that in the formula. 4 bars is the length I'm looking at. I don't care about the day of week filter. I just want to see all occurrences. I want to see the average return on a tick basis. I do not want to break it down by year, and I do not want to see all the bars written out. If you really are involved with an indicator analysis, then you probably would want to see all the bars written out as the system goes through time, back in time to the future. And I do, of course, want to write the statistics. Here is the very important. You must have this path set up on your computer prior to the application of this indicator. If you don't, you will get a file append error. And here is how I have it set up. I have Windows, let's go back there. There's PC, my Windows, and I should have a folder called Pattern Analysis, and I do. And once we apply that indicator, it will create a file called @ES, which is the symbol that you're looking at, and then pattern statistics. Okay? So in the next video, we're going to open up this file and we're going to delve into the statistics that are provided to us and how we can use that information to derive a strategy that hopefully will create a good looking equity curve. This is the end of video 2, and thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.